I'm live. Yes. Hello. All right. Little late, of course, because the morning at the household. Whoa. And it's going to be a little wobbly, although I got a better table from the last live stream, just so you know. I'm up in my kitchen where the magic happens. Hi, it's Bridgette. Welcome to Above Life channel. The purpose here is to inspire your spirit and to fill you up with hope. Thank you for your patience. I know I'm a little tardy to my live stream, but I have a new phone case, and I tried to pop it into my little cool funky camera stand because I'm using my phone to film so I can watch the chat on my laptop, and it popped out. Like, it popped out, the stand went flying backwards, and the camera landed on the table. Totally fine, thank goodness. It was like close to the edge, but it was not off the edge, so we averted some disaster, and then I just blow dried my hair, which I usually don't do, so it's kind of funky, but anyway, chat. All right, I promised my youngest son that he could just say hi because he wanted to be on the live stream, so I said, oh, sure, okay, since I tried to get everybody situated this morning. My oldest just left for work. She's a lifeguard. She just left for work. And I didn't know that she even was here last night. I thought she was at her dad's, but she was here. And so that surprised me. But it's a good thing I put up little signs, you guys, all over my house so that the kids know I'm working and to be quiet. If they need to come get something to eat in the kitchen, that's fine. But they need to be quiet because this is mom's work. So, all right. So my youngest gets to say hi. He's sitting across the table from me. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah. Hi, I'm the cameraman for now.
He said, hi, I'm the cameraman for now. All right. Okay, so you need to head on out of here so Mama can work.
Oh, I thought I was...
I know, sorry. You can take your phone with you, honey. It's right here.
Oh.
It's right here. Just don't turn it up too loud because I can't have that in the background. Thank you. Hi, you guys. Okay, so I'm seeing you show up. Let me just get everything situated on the computer. Oh, there we go. I see myself live stream. It's so weird to see myself live stream. All right, and I'm turning off the sound so I can just see the chat. All right, you guys, nice to see you. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, so I'm not sure, you guys, I shared with you in my first live stream over on Father's Day weekend that I wanted to do live streams over the summer. This is one of the things I'd like to do to be able to feel more connected to you guys and to have more casual conversations with you and have an opportunity for interaction. So I also wanted to do something different. I mean, I've been doing channeling at Above Life channel for about a year, and so I like to keep things fresh. I like to keep things interesting. And so I thought it'd be good to do some live streams. I don't know what the pattern's going to be, but I will develop a pattern so that there's some consistency so that you know what to expect as far as when we're going to do live streams, so you can join and watch live if you choose to. And then also the topics. I think I'm going to do some topic-focused stuff. But I kind of want to feel it out and see how it goes. You guys have asked a lot of great questions in your comments on various videos. And instead of doing a bunch of comment reply videos, I thought, let's do some live streams and then we can have some interactive conversation. This week, I wanted to have a live stream in particular, even though I just had one on Sunday. I wanted to have one today because when I shared the channeling this week, I did a channeling with Matt. Moments with Matt is what I called it. And it was an intensive channel and different than what I typically do. And I had a lot of mixed emotion, feeling about what to present this week with that. So I want to talk to you first in this live stream a little bit about kind of what goes into some of the channeling and how I decide what I share with you each week and how I do the channeling. And so how I organize it, how I categorize it and such. So this week, if you watched, I did a channeling with Matt and Matthew Shepard in the afterlife. And I usually don't do channeling around stories, situations, where there's a lot of intensity, where there's incredible trauma or tragedy. And specifically, it's difficult to do murders for me personally. Now, I know there's a lot of very gifted channels, mediums, and psychics. And there are even people who are psychic mediums that actually work as investigators and work with law enforcement and things like that. That's not me. That is not a job I want to apply for. And well, I think that's a very valuable service. It's just not for me. It's not a fit for me. I am so incredibly hypersensitive when it comes to energy. When I channel, if you've had me in private session, if we've done private session one-on-one, you understand that my primary channel, my go-to is clairvoyance, which is sight. I see things because it's super safe to do that. It's easy just to watch a movie in your head kind of thing with a third eye channel, or see somebody's photo album. You know, it's like watching somebody's Facebook feed. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's really a lot like that. And that's like super safe. There's a distance there, right? But with clairsentience, which is a psychic gift of sensing and feeling, it's such a personal and emotional connection, that sensory channel initially, because we're all based on relationship. And even a psychic and a medium and a channel can't totally disassociate the human experience while they're being a channel. Even in a trance channel state or a transitional channel, an altered state of consciousness, you still cannot separate your humanness. You have to remain in your body fully connected, and there is always going to be an association. Therefore, when you do experience through viewing channeling, through watching either here at Above Life channel on YouTube or other channelers or mediums or psychics, just know that there is always going to be a human part that is presented, that comes through, that is represented. There we go. A human representation of the person that is channeling. So there are bias that come in, and you are going to start to really see, I think, perhaps a little more, because I'm getting more comfortable with just not apologizing for things that my opinions or views or perspectives and the way I present information, because I believe that, well, I've learned over the last year doing channeling at Above Life channel here, that at first I really didn't want to upset people or disrupt them or like rock their world or challenge their belief systems, especially the religious beliefs, or in spirituality context, there's a lot of different and conflicting spiritual teaching. So there's a lot of information available and a lot of confusion and interpretation and application. Let's just say that. And because of that huge, vast diversity in information and personal interpretation, I was afraid of, I didn't want to offend people, and I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. And I didn't start Above Life channel to change you, to make you think something different or convince you to believe what I believe. I simply started Above Life channel to share the channeling that I had been doing for quite some time, and I knew that there was value to allow you then to gift it to you, to interpret it for what you need in the moment that you listen or watch the channeling. You are the receiver. You are going to get something different than how even I think. What I think you're going to get from it is going to be different than what you actually perceive from the information of the channeling, because that's how it works. It's a gift. And so especially this week, when I did the channeling with Matthew Shepard, I would typically stay away from that intensity of the channeling with him, because again, one of the strong values that I have, and you do not have to agree with any of my values or opinions. That's not the point of the channel. I'm not going to kick you off if you don't in the comments. Don't worry about that. But I believe that death is it's a personal experience. And it's not something that should be paraded around for show. And death, the point of your death is 1 point of your entire lifetime. One point. Even if death takes a long time, if there's an illness and a struggling, if there's a terminal illness, if there's an addiction and a struggling, or it doesn't matter how you die, okay? That's 1 point. One moment. Do you want to be remembered for one thing and one thing only? One thing, the moment of your death? I mean, well, then why are you working as a human? Why are you focusing on life purpose? Why are you trying to heal yourself? Why are you trying to eat better? Why are you trying to change some of your habits so you can think more positive? Why are you falling in love and having babies? And why are you trying to change the world? Why are you being a good person? Because your life matters in the sum of your life, the wholeness of your life. And yes, your legacy, as we heard from Matt this week, will be, you have the opportunity to have a legacy that is encompassing of your fullness of your life, not one aspect of your life. Not one aspect. But yet, we as humans, even in the channeling, right, we define people based upon what we know of them, one slivering of their life, or how their lives are presented to us. Like, think about famous people, how their lives are presented to us. And you don't always know their personal details of their lives. And if you do, it's usually very slanted and presented in prejudice through tabloids or through other people that don't know. Or if they're presenting their stuff, they're going to present what they think is the best presentation too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about one moment. And when we focus on the death and the reason for the death or the cause of the death, and we fixate on the death, we're so fascinated and so scared as people about death. We're so scared. You guys, everyone is scared of death. They're afraid. Everybody's afraid. There's fear because we don't know, because it's unknown. And even if you knew how you were going to die or when you were going to die, would it really change your life? Would it? I challenge you on that. Would it really change? No. So you're waiting to die? I mean, is that what living is about? No. So you see, I do have very strong opinions and views, and I respectfully want to channel to share the insight that Spirit has, that former people present to us in the context of our humanness. So we understand through their life experience. Now remember, when I'm channeling someone in the afterlife, no matter who it is, Prince, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Marilyn Monroe, when I'm channeling them and I'm presenting them, they are sharing from the human context so that I can convey to you the connection between their human life experience and yours. Your human life experience and their human life experience. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. Let me tell you this. This is an insider thing. For somebody who does channeling, if you're a psychic, budding psychic or medium, you know this is true. My other psychic medium friends, I want to hear you be like, yes, okay, about this, right? Because here's the deal, all right? The inside scoop. The inside scoop. When we connect with the spirit in the afterlife, they are not the same as they were in their human life, because the human life is the past. One sliver, one representation of who they are. One sliver, one representation. But that's the part where they can teach us. They can teach you and me. They can teach us through their insight. They can encourage us, inspire our spirits, and give us hope from their story and their unique perspective in the afterlife. Because they have unique perspective in the afterlife, don't they? Yes, they do. And if you're a psychic medium or channel, you know, you can totally relate to this, that they feel very different, don't they? So you can connect with Prince, and he does not feel the same as a spirit as he does as a person. You can feel a familiarity to his energy, but he does not present the same. If I just described him to you as I feel him purely as a channeling of energy, because when you think about spirit, you guys, think about just energy, which is like light and heat or coolness or breeze or sunlight or just very natural, gentle kinds of like element. That's kind of how to express or how you connect with energy of spirit. But they don't have they are not tied to the human life experience like we are. So in order to channel them, that is the aspect I ask them to bring forward. But when I personally am connecting with them as a psychic and medium, I don't see that. So I might channel somebody, and if I just describe them to you, you would not know who it is. You would not necessarily recognize them. So I have to ask them to bring forward the characteristics, traits, and references that you and I then can make the connection. Because the point of channeling and having our human experience and understanding some of these elements of our human life through the spirit perspective is to give us, we have to make the connection. It has to be realistic in context. It has to be a reflection of human life experience, and it has to be somewhat practical. Because if I just sat here and said, oh, here's what David Bowie has to say on his beautiful throne in the afterlife, which he loves Egypt, he loves the ancient future energy vibes, he loves the star energy, and to have him just kind of spout off to you about all the and I'll translate all the information into human context, which is words, which are never fully accurate, my friends, never fully accurate. I could just do that, and you guys wouldn't be like, oh, that's David Bowie? What? I mean, maybe a little, because he does kind of have that vibe from his personal human experience too, but you wouldn't necessarily, and the things that he talks about, like the philosophical things and the really evolved things, you wouldn't necessarily say, oh, this is this person. Like, it doesn't always click, make sense. So anyway, so I felt like I needed to share that a little bit this week. So how I decide to group the videos. So you've noticed that I've been doing, I think you've noticed if you watch every week, because I upload on Mondays. You can count on that unless I'm late, which sometimes happens, because some of us are late. Sometimes we're late to work. Sometimes we're late to the doctor. Sometimes we're late to dinner or the movie. We're late sometimes. But usually Mondays. Not by 9 a.m. Central Standard Times I upload. But you've noticed I try to do 2 every week. And I've recently been doing what I consider a channeling video and a chat video, so that I can have dialogue with you and conversation that I hope helps related to the topic, or helps to continue the discussion deeper further, so you can apply some of the concepts that may have been introduced by our celebrity guest and go deeper with that. Or if I feel like the channeling I did that week wasn't like ultra, woohoo, yeah, let's go, let's do it, and it feels a little bit like, just doesn't really make you feel all warm and fuzzy, then I like to do a chat to pick things up a bit, or keep things interesting. And like I said, you guys, I read your comments on the YouTube channel, and I love them. I love them. And I'd love to constantly reply to everyone. I'd love to do constant videos in response, because I think that when someone asks something, or someone notices something, or someone shares something on YouTube on a comment, there are at least half a dozen to a dozen people that have thought the same thing or wanted to say something, but they don't want to leave comments because they don't like to leave comments. They're not a commenter. They're not that type of person. They just don't do that. And so I really want to incorporate some of that too. So I think the chat channeling, or the chat videos, will help to kind of provide some of that as well. So those of you who like the community, who like the vibrations of inspiring your spirit and giving you hope and encouragement to live your life, I think the chat videos are my way of saying, okay, I can't not share some insights about all the stuff that I've learned from years of being in the psychic workforce. I don't know how to explain it. For years of being a professional psychic and intuitive, okay, and medium, because that's how I started technically, if you're going to label it as a medium. Then, well, I don't know, I've always been a psychic, so I don't know. Medium first, I guess, then channel and all that. I don't even know how many years I want to count, but I'm kind of scared. I think it's 15 this year, or 14 or 15. It's a long time. Might be 16. Oh. Oh, okay. I don't think it's that. Maybe. It's October is my psychic birthday, so oh my gosh. Okay, all right, well, whatever. I digress. But so it's so much more than beyond what you know of me at Above Life channel, too. I do also, you guys, for some of you who don't know, I do have another YouTube channel that I started a long time ago that doesn't have a ton of traction. And I just would put anything that I did, that I recorded that was video-based, that was about psychic work or intuitive work or healing work, or when I started to work with Prince in the afterlife, I started putting my stuff up there so that I could link it and share it on my Facebook page. And I had a Facebook group page for Purple Raindrops, PRDs. And so I needed a place to stash my stuff so I could link it, right? Because it was hard to, you can't upload tons of stuff onto Facebook. And it was just easier to have the YouTube channel and link it. And so, whoops, sorry guys. I keep kicking the table. Sorry to bump your little camera there. Sorry guys. And so I have another YouTube channel that's more casual. So if you really like that, you like my casual vibe style, I've been doing vlogs for the last 3 months. Not daily, but at least weekly, and sometimes multiple times a week, talking about my braces. And I've shared a couple of those at Facebook at Above Life channel, and when they're related specifically. And I share them a lot at the Purple Medium on Facebook. You can find me there too. And yeah, so I have another YouTube channel. So if you like just the casual vloggy stuff, or if you want to go old school and look way back to see like how I started stuff, you could totally do that. It's fine. I don't think I deleted anything. I think I just had everything. Because in the very beginning, in the Wayback Machine, you guys, Wayback Machine, I did meditations. In fact, I recorded a CD of meditations and I sold it for fundraising. When I did the breast cancer 3-day, and to raise money for that, I did a CD, and I made videos with some of the meditations. After I was done doing that, I thought, well, I could easily do meditations. I recorded them all the time, and I would do it for clients too. Clients would ask me, and so they'd request a medication. Well, pretty much the same thing, right? Meditation topic, and then I would record something for them, and so that was kind of a service I did for a while, way early on. So there's even some of those on there, but all right. So it's Fairy Grasshopper. That's the name of the channel. If you're interested in that, Fairy Grasshopper. I only have like 750 subscribers on there. Like I said, I don't really publicize it. My intent there isn't to like grow it big or anything like that or make it a big business platform for me, but I do share my business stuff on there. But it's more of a personal, I think, channel, and me being psychic, having a psychic life, but also having a real life, being a mom when my daughter was graduating and dealing with going off to college and all that stuff, and dealing with my braces and why I got braces and how I manage like life as an entrepreneur, working from home. My kids are home in the summer, and I talk about all sorts of stuff on the Fairy Grasshopper channel. All right, so I'm going to check in with you guys. Thanks for letting me just talk. I'm a talker. That's what I do. I hope the audio's okay. I should have asked you guys, but I'm kind of nervous. It's like my second live stream with you guys, and I want to check in. And just so you know, as always, I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the waves and all that good jazz. Let's see. And if there's any oogie boogies on the stream, ignore them, please. There are people that just like to do that. No matter who you are, it's not really a personal attack on me. They just like to be creepers, I guess. So ignore that. Just always ignore it. That's what we do. I'll take care of business when I need to take care of business. All right. So I'm just going to read some of your comments here and take a peek and say hello to you. All right. supported someone. Oh. Well, that's nice of you. But unfortunately, some of the people that write really negative comments, you guys, this isn't just for my channel, it's for everybody on YouTube. It's like a game. There's like a group of people that just loves to, they create multiple accounts, and then they go in and they just specifically find live streams and they try to kind of hijack it by posting the same comment over and over again, different comments, all that kind of stuff. So it happens to people. Oh, happy birthday, Tori. Love my glasses. Thank you. I like my glasses too. Although it kind of makes me feel old when I have to wear them, but that's all right. Let's see. Audio is good. Thank you. Oh, Kiara's mom. I hope I said that right. Nice to see you. I recognize your name. I saw you had a really insightful comment, and I think it was talking about autism or autism spectrum disorders, which I have experience with that as a mom of a child that sensory processing, which is an aspect of the spectrum. So I have experience with that myself. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. Hey, Sandy, nice to see you. Oh, the other channel, what is it called? Ratty Mary. The channel is called Fairy Grasshopper. Fairy Grasshopper. Fairy Grasshopper. You know, I'm totally going to date myself. Wax on, wax off. Fairy Grasshopper. And it does mean magical student. That's actually my former LLC name of my business. The umbrella of the work that I do is under the LLC of Fairy Grasshopper. And it means magical student. It's about learning. It doesn't mean Bridgette loves the fairy land, like the fairies and the gnomes and the imps and the elves and all that. It means magical student. That's what it means. All right. Hey, Stevie, nice to see you. Cinderella is here. Oh, thank you for all your comments, by the way. Fellow Disney lover you are, and I love it. I appreciate that, because you know what? I shared a channel with Walt Disney, 2 of them, and like super low views, like people aren't that interested in it. And then I have one with Annette Funicello that I've recorded that I haven't shared yet, and I'm like, I don't know how many people are really gonna be interested in that. She was lovely though, she's quite nice to channel. And then I have other ones too. Robin Williams to me is part of the Disney crew, and although he's different in his own right, he gets a lot of interest, and he's lovely too. But yeah, I love Disney stuff. Love it. Love it. Like, love it. Oh, I'm looking at my video and my picture's crooked. It's going to annoy me a little bit here. Is that better? Okay. Sorry. That is a private, this was a commission actually. I can't tell if it's going to be straight or not straight or what. It might just be you know what, I think it's the angle of my camera actually, because everything's crooked. Sorry guys, if that annoys you, sorry. It bugs me, that kind of stuff bugs me. Somebody asked about my painting. It was a commission. I love creative people. I love artists. I love artists, visual artists. I love artists. If I took you on a tour around my house, you would see multiple paintings from people from Etsy, from people from a creative business class I took like 7 years ago online. I met a lot of artists, visual artists, and I have stuff just all over my house from other people, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, I paint myself too, but not like that, not like they do, you know. So, and I love to support other entrepreneurs and people who are passionate about just sharing their gifts. That's what I do. That's what artists do. So make sure that you support artists, either through Etsy, through your local markets, artist markets, and artist fairs and things like that, and pay them what they're worth, please. Let's not wait till people are dead to value them. Okay. Off my soapbox. See, on the live streams, I'm going to just be myself and not worry about offending you. Because if I offend you, you'll just leave, and that's okay. And I don't mean to, just so you know, I'm really not trying to be in your face or rude. I never intend to be that way. Sometimes it might be interpreted that way. And that's just, I guess, the part. Do I have Instagram? I do, but I don't use it. Like, I only have so much time, but that definitely is something that is on my... It's on my project plan, actually. I have a huge I have a big project plan. I actually just, I'm working with a coordinator now finally. I hired a friend of mine who's also a psychic who does great social media stuff, and I'm gonna have her help me with some of my stuff that I just can't do. I can't keep up with everything. I used to be able to do it when everything was nice and small and stuff, but I just can't now. So I kind of had to let my Instagram go. And then let's see. Braces. You're rocking them. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. Some days are better than others with the braces. Did I ever study drama or acting? Oh, in a past life, darling. Past life. In a past life, yes. No, I haven't ever studied acting or drama. That's so funny. Thank you, though. That's kind of a compliment. I'm just an animated person. I have a lot of energy at times. And I've had coffee this morning, so that probably adds to my animation. I did, actually in middle school, I should be forthright. I should not hide my drama background, right? In middle school, I was a thespian. So I was part of an acting troupe that traveled around and we did impromptu stuff just with the school, just to learning about acting. I did too, now that I think about this. So I did plays in junior high, middle school, and I always played weird, quirky characters, like just weird characters, just different characters, stuff that nobody else wanted to do, I did. That's kind of what I did. I've always kind of been like that, though. Let's take this character that somebody else doesn't see as important and make them, really bring them alive. And then, oh gosh, maybe I am. I think I'm just channeling my inner actress, to be honest with you, from past life experience. And let me think. I did take an acting class in college because it was an easy credit and I thought it would be fun. I did take one. And it was fun. I had a great time with it. And then I had a small scholarship for speech communications. The last part of my senior year of high school, I joined the speech team because I thought it would be fun. And I really liked the teacher that was the advisor of it. And I'm like, hey, it's my last chance in high school to do anything like this. So I joined the speech team and I actually got a scholarship because of it. I did pretty well, so I was pretty lucky. So so speech or drama. I would love to be, eventually I want to be a radio person. Like I want to be able to do radio stuff when I get old. And still want to educate or talk about spiritual connection and encouraging people to be themselves. I'm also a life coach. I'm actually a certified life coach, and I have been since 2006, 5? No, it was before then. Yeah, 5 or 6, 2005 or 2006, somewhere around there. And then I worked in organizational development and learning and created training programs and things like that and employee mentoring programs. So I have an interest in that. So eventually, at some point in my career, I would like to do radio stuff. And I'd probably do it, on a podcast or something like that. But hey, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking about me as a person. That's kind of nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Donna. Nice to see you. Past life stuff. Yeah, I know, you guys. Past life stuff can be very fascinating. And so can the concept of reincarnation, because those two things are linked, right? But I'm trying to be open-minded about the concept of how valuable past lives are to us in our current life, because I really believe that our power is now, where we can make the impact, where we can have the joy, where we can create our own happiness. That's now. That's not our past lives. Even if our past lives are fascinating and interesting and curious, and if that opens the doorway to you connecting with your intuition, I'm totally okay with that. But I don't dwell on the past life things. Even though I've had my own past lives come up and bite me in the buttocks, because they have. I had at least one experience, probably 2 actually. They can give insight and understanding about current experiences that you're dealing with, but don't give them too much credit. Because the point is the now. If you have a situation you're dealing with now, you got to deal with the situation now. And if you want to have power in that situation, you got to work on the energy of the situation and the circumstance. And energy is where it's at, not going back and dissecting a former human life, because clearly that former human life served you at the time, and let's just leave it back there. It's great to be able to integrate your own wisdom and activate some of those attributes or strengths from past lives that you've had, but you don't really have to be consciously in your mind aware of all the details of the past life. In fact, you can get a little off track by focusing too much on who you were and not who you are. Okay. Yeah, I'm animated. I think I have had too much coffee. You guys, I gotta be honest. I fell off the coffee wagon. And I'm serious about this, people. I'm serious. Because when you are a sensitive type and a clairsentient person and you're doing channeling, you do not drink coffee before you channel. And you do not drink coffee, which is my version of being caffeinated, because I don't do soda or anything like that. You do not do that before you do meditation or before you do a session. I drink tea, which is hardly any, like no caffeine in the tea, or just a tiny little bit. Just the taste or the flavor is what I like. Or usually water, you guys. Usually warm water is what I'll drink. And I can't drink it too hot now because of my braces, but because the caffeine just zings you up. It blends with the energy that you have already of anxiety or nervousness or anxiousness, and it makes you just So, but I fell off the coffee wagon. I did, because I went to the farmer's market on Saturday, and there was a lady there that it's local that is sourcing coffee from, let's see, Nicaragua was one of the coffees, and Tanzania, and they actually have local sources, and it helps the communities, and it's this whole, it's like social conscious buying of food and stuff and of coffee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and non-carbon coffee. And I'm like, yes, I want to try. And she's like, oh, well, I can let you try sample. I said, no, give me 2 packets, sample packets. I'm just going to try them. And if I like them, I'll come back and I'll buy big ones. Well, I loved them, you guys. The Tanzanian coffee was fabulous. So good. So anyway. All right. So I'm trying. And then, yes, I did have some of it this morning, but now I'm out. I have to wait till Saturday. Ugh. Yikes. We'll see. All right. Anyway, so that's probably why I'm a little, and plus I'm kind of anxious about doing a live stream on Above Life channel, because there's so many people that could potentially watch, and it's kind of scary when a bunch of people are watching you. It just is. You just, it's kind of scary. Oh, thank you, Lori Alexander. Very good comment. Suggestion, maybe do a vlog on how spirit changes after they die. Yeah. Is it gradual or fast? What is the process? It depends, I'll tell you that. I've seen it both ways, 2 different ways. So yes, but that's a great thing. Oh, held for view. Oh, somebody's here. Let's see. Hi, Patty. Oh, hi. October is my life birthday. Oh, happy birthday in October. I love October. It's beautiful here in Minnesota in October. The fall, the autumn here is gorgeous. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Look at you. Aw. I see you guys talking to each other, and some of you guys are not very happy with somebody. That's okay. I'm just going to delete this. I don't know what's going on here. I kind of want to know the context before I just start deleting people's stuff. I'm just going to remove these because I don't know what they are. If I remove a comment and you're really a nice person, don't worry, I'm not offended by you or anything. I just want to clean up the feed a little bit. Freddie is lovely. Oh, yes, he is. Okay, let me talk about how I decide who's going to be shared which week. So this week, like I said, it was an intense channel. It was hard to do, and yet it was right. It was the right thing. It felt important to do. I knew I needed to do it, but I didn't want to do it. And like, I have so much respect for families, and I really want to honor families and the grief that you guys experience when you lose somebody, you know, and the families of famous people too, you know. It's like, oh, I really want to respect them. And sometimes that feels conflicted for me to share it with you, but then, you know, it's just, it's tricky. So how do I decide how to share stuff? So I try to, sometimes I like to do themes. Like I think about the time of year that it is. So like if it's Valentine's Day, do some ones about love or twin flame, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's just, I've channeled these 5 people and these 2 are kind of alike. They talked about similar things like being yourself. So these 2 I'm going to share because they talk about being yourself. So the theme is similar. So I'll share those in the same week. And sometimes there will be, and sometimes they don't make sense. They're random. So I might share a Marilyn Monroe and, you know, somebody else totally, Louise Hay or something like that. I do have a little bit of a catalog right now of videos so that when life things happen, and life things do happen, and I learned that the hard way in May and the early part of June this year, I did not expect to get emotional and really drawn into my daughter's graduation and all the intensity you have, all the stuff you got to do at the end of the school year for them when they're graduating and stuff that all of a sudden the parents have to sign this and make sure you do that. And, oh, hey, make a poster. Hey, we need you to volunteer for this. Hey, we need money for that. Hey, can you be here on this day? Hey, there's a special award thing. Hey, there's a blah, 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 all that stuff. And it caught me off guard. So I always kind of had a couple of videos so that if there was a week that I lost my voice or I was really sick, that was my concern early on, like during the winter. If I got sick, what if I lost my voice and I couldn't talk? And all of a sudden there's a week that you guys don't have a video? That would suck. So I'm like, no. So I think, let me just address this. Oopsies, I'm gonna flag this person. Report user. Bye-bye, reporting you. Oh, right directly to YouTube. And since that was fun. Oh, that was kind of a little bit enjoyable, I gotta admit. Oh my goodness. Okay, so ignore some of these people. There's somebody on here that is a little bit rude dude. Let me just get rid of him here. See if I can clean this up a little bit. But I was afraid early on that I was going to lose my voice or get sick and I wasn't going to be able to show up for you. And I was really worried about that. I wanted to be consistent because I like it. You guys, I watch YouTubers too. Not very many. I have a couple of faves and nobody in my genre, just so you know, like my faves are daily vloggers. There's 2 that I love. I love them. And then one that's totally random too. That's like an RV camping lady that's really creative, that I think it's fascinating what she does with small spaces. So you see, totally different than what I do. But I know it's a big deal. I know that it's a big deal to miss that, you know what I mean? So I was concerned about that. So I made a couple of extra, I always kind of have a couple extra videos just in case. And then with all this drama going on with my kid, in May and June, not her fault. It's just life change, right? Major stuff going on. I thought, and I, as a mom, you guys, she's my oldest. I have 4, and thank God, I only have 1 daughter, and she's the oldest. So she's a schooling me, let me tell you, and she's so beautiful, a beautiful spirit. She's got such, I'm going to brag for just a second. She got a little scholarship for philanthropy for community service because she's such a giver, and like the stuff that she doesn't do because she wants recognition. She does it because she's a good person. So I'm so proud of her. But if you watch my Furry Grasshopper channel, you'll see me talk about all this stuff going on, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I crying? What is wrong with me? This is supposed to be a happy time, you know. So I shared all that personally. But on Above Life channel, I don't share that because this is not a personal channel. This is you come here to hear about the celebrities and the afterlife and their cool insights, and that's totally fine, you guys. That's what this channel is going to stay focused on. Celebrity channeling in the afterlife. Okay, don't worry. I'm not going to start daily vlogging here. No. The live streams are about, for the summer, just for the summer right now, are about as close as we're going to get to that. And plus, I want to do them topic-based, so we'll see. But anyway, so I have a stash of some extra videos that I recorded. So if you see a video and I'm wearing a sweater pop up, it means, hey, I think this topic fits with this person I just channeled just yesterday in my tank top, and I'm going to put them together because they're friends or they feel good. Like Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay, I have a couple in the hopper for them that I can zip out when I need to. Like when I travel, I'm going to be traveling in at the end of July. I have a week where I'm going to be someplace else, and I don't know if I'll be able to record or how that's going to work. So I could zip them out then, you know. And those two kind of fit together because they're friends and they have common topics. So like the topic of abundance, I have a couple of videos. I have like 4 videos about law of attraction and abundance with different people. Like I have some Robin Williams ones. I have Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer. So that's how I kind of do it, you guys. I share them if they're topic-based or theme-based, or I share them if they have similarities or if they are friends in life, or if there is a timing thing. So next Monday, there's a timing thing. So there's a 10-year from a death date thing. And so I'm not going to say, somebody else will fill in the blanks about that, but so sometimes I'll take that into consideration, especially if I know about it. I'll take it into consideration and share that. But sometimes a spirit will just be around me and I'm like, I'll feel the energy, the familiar energy. And I want to be really clear, it's not like they come and tap on my shoulder and say, can you talk to me? It's not usually like that. I have to be open to it. So in some way, at a subconscious level, I have to be inviting them in, or otherwise they wouldn't come in. That's the way I look at it. But sometimes they're around me because it was their birthday. And I have to channel them. Like the first time I channeled Marilyn Monroe last year, it was her right at her birthday. I'm like, and I ignored her for like 2 weeks. And she kept saying, she kept being around and around and around. And I'm like, why is Marilyn Monroe, like everywhere I go, I see Marilyn Monroe pictures, I hear about Marilyn Monroe. What is going on? And it turned out it was going to be her birthday. And so I thought, okay, that's why. So sometimes there's that synchronicity that happens too. So, and every once in a while they're just random. I'm like, oh, I think it would be great. It's been a while since we talked to Freddie Mercury. Let's just share him. And he's super easy. Some people are really, spirits are really easy for me to connect with. All right, so let me just take a peek here. Excited to catch you live. Thank you. I am going to get off soon here. I think I've been on for a while. I don't want you guys to get bored. Oh, that's so sweet, Karen. Yes. Our loved ones in the afterlife can serve as guides for us. They can, but that's a choice. So it's lovely that you feel connected to your loved ones in the afterlife. Winning lottery numbers. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I don't think they really care about money. There's no concept of money. Their concept of money is love. And so that's accessible to everyone. Yes, Marilyn asks about spirits if they feel sad that they left their children behind and their sister. I think there is a piece that is connected or bonded, but there's a deeper or broader understanding of what life really is and what how spirit really is always connected. Anyway, so it's a little bit different. I wouldn't say they're necessarily sad, but because that's a human emotion, but there is a feeling a bit like that. Let's see. It's hard to explain. I could do a whole video about that. Oh, somebody's talking about my hair. Oh, let me just tell you, I should do a video with no makeup on because I actually have ocular albinism, so I have lack of pigment in my eyes. That's why my eyes are super blue. I do not have contacts in, obviously, because if I did, I wouldn't have to wear glasses. And I color my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Everything's white. This is lack of pigment. It's not that I have a really great hairstyle lady that dyes my hair. That's not the case. In fact, I wish I could color my hair, but I've been told that if I did, I'd have to dye it some weird orange, ratty, ugly color first, and then dye that because nothing will stay in my hair. There's no pigment, so it doesn't stay. So that's why my hair is so light, just so you know. Yeah, concentrate on living. Very good. Oh, sweet. Kathy. Powerful. Thank you for adding value-added comments to the news feed, or to the feed, you guys. He who was living is now dead. We who were living are now dying. With a little patience, T.S. Eliot. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Learning to live. Good for you. Good for you, Mama. Hi, Dee. Let's see. I remove this. Doesn't make sense. Just reading your comments. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good, Steve. Nice timing, huh? Yeah, that's how it works in us Minnesotans. We stick together. Let's just say that. This is interesting. I think I should mention this. I get a lot of different requests. Oh, thank you, Cinder. Thank you about the channeling. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you. I should mention that I get a lot of different requests for a lot of different people, and sometimes I'll respond and say, hey, it's on the list. Yes, that's a great idea. I have a huge list, you guys, like huge channeling list. In fact, I think I'm going to start sharing more. I'm just not sure how I want to do that. I kind of like the idea of just sharing them on Monday, but then that's a lot of channeling for you to watch, so I don't know if I should spread them out during the week. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. The summertime we're going to use as a little bit of a playtime that way. I'll kind of start to figure out what works and stuff. But I don't channel everyone that is requested, and I don't really respond to requests. I should probably say that. How I decide who to channel is who I resonate with, or who I feel would be interesting to talk to, or that I feel connected to in some way that would provide a valuable lesson, life message, or that their attitude would serve as an example. And so I have tried to channel people, former people. I've tried to channel spirit that I don't really resonate to. Like I don't really feel like a strong, like, that person sounds interesting. Let's talk to them, you know. People that I've just thought, oh, okay, I'll try. And it just kind of seems boring. And I think that to watch it, it would be boring. And so it just doesn't have a lot of energy to it. There's one celebrity in particular that I'm thinking of that I did a channeling for, and I've never shared it because I'm like, this is boring. To me, this sucks. This is just boring. And so, I recognize that people love to make requests, and I'm totally fine with the requests, totally fine with that, but I'm not really responding to requests, except I should say, I did just channel somebody who I'm not sure when to share him. I just channeled him, and I don't know when to share him because he, if I channel him and share him the same week I share Freddie Mercury and the chat that I did about gender and spirit, which I'm hoping to share next week. If I channel this guy at the same, or if I share this guy at the same time, people might make some inferences that I don't intend to be making, that I'm not trying to make, but I really want to share him because he's a good one, and he's been recommended many times. And sometimes I try to consider your recommendations, but I also have to go with what feels right too. So just because I don't respond, or doesn't mean I'm never going to do it. It just means I maybe don't feel a really strong connection or tie. So it has to serve a life purpose that is it going to inspire your spirit and fill you with hope, or encourage you to live your best life? Those are the three things. Does it pass the test? Like, it has to be a purpose, or it just has to be something Bridget wants to do. Because sometimes I want to do, like I channeled Robert Kardashian Sr., remember? I channeled him. And I'm like, I wanted to channel him because of his family. You know, that's what I felt. I felt like We could channel him and see if he has any kind of messages for them. Or I just was curious. I was curious about connecting with him, so I did. And I can do that since it's my channel. So that's another rule. Bridget wants to do it. Bridget's going to do it because it's my house. And you all can visit. All right. I think that's about it. Freedom of speech, Brie, go for it. Thanks. Thank you. All right. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything. Fabulous. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind comments. I appreciate all the hellos. Thank you. I see a bunch of them popping up. Holy cow, you guys. This is fabulous. Fabulous. I was going to turn on Super Chat. I don't think I did, though. Oops. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's see. Did I do that? No, I didn't. Oh, that wasn't very smart, was it? All right. Okay, guys, before I just sit here and read all your comments. It sucks, though, because once I turn off the thing, I can't see your comment. Oh, here. Oh, there is. Show your support for Above Life channel Super Chat. I'm going to talk about this. This is so cool because I mentioned that I like to, oops, just a minute. Sorry, my phone is going into low battery mode. That's why it's getting nasty with me. I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. But when I watch YouTubers that I love, like when they do live streams, I do Super Chat for them. So I activated that. I did activate that here. It's a little dollar sign on the bottom of the chat. And what happens there is you contribute. So you like give me a tip, kind of. So I thought that would be a good way. I activated it just recently because I thought this is a good way to have some income generated so that this hour that I'm talking to you or this time that I'm chatting with you live, then instead of doing a session, I would do this instead. So that was kind of my thinking. I have to think about my schedule because it's crazy, plus my kids, my family are a priority. So swim lessons and stuff is something that I have to make time for and all that jazz. I say that because I have that scheduled at 11:30. So I got to do that. And I have a session today this afternoon. So, all right. So that's what that is. All right, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so cute. Mr. Rogers would be good. He's on my list too. So is Christopher Reeves and his wife. Mr. Freddie, you guys don't worry. Freddie will probably be a constant for some time. He's got a good playlist built up too. Former journalists, yeah, that would be interesting. Although it depends on who it is, I guess, because I'm not a big media fan myself, but thank you. Thank you, a lot of thank yous, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice. Thanks, you guys. Oh, I like the donut emoji. Dee? Ooh, you make me hungry. I'm trying not to do sugar either, and that makes me hungry looking at that donut emoji. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. I'm new to your channel. Hi, Star. Welcome. Oh, Janis Joplin. Yeah, she's on a list, but I haven't got to that kind of genre niche group yet, so we'll see. I kind of do things in clusters, it seems like. Q&A stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea. I know George Michael's sweet. It's been a long time since I've channeled him, and I should, since it's Pride Month. It'd be nice to connect in with him. Do I have a fan email address? Oh, that's so sweet. I have a website for Above Life Channel. It's abovelifechannel.com, and I talk just briefly about the work that I do, and yes, I do private sessions when my schedule allows. Right now I'm booking into the middle of July. And please in the chat, I mean, I'm okay. I guess I don't know if I'm okay with you guys referencing other psychics and mediums on YouTube, because I actually had one of those people contact me and not be super nice to me. So let's just be clear on that, okay? I think it was just a misunderstanding, but there was kind of a little competitiveness there. I wasn't too into it. So I just noticed that. I'm just going to remove it. Remove. All right, there we go. I do support other psychics and mediums, people who are nice, not people that are like, I want to be famous, you know. I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing, but I just had not a good experience with somebody randomly contacting me, and it was kind of weird. So anyway, all right, so thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I love you guys too. Oh, hey, I have a request. After we're done here, if you can go to, just a minute, let me find. Can you guys go to, maybe after this video goes on as a regular video instead of the chat, because I won't be able to see the chat. That's the thing, once I'm done with this. Once I close it, I won't be able to see the chat. But if you could go to the actual comments on the YouTube video, once it just shows up as a regular video, I'm asking you to do double, but it's worth it. If you go to the actual comments and leave a comment, I would love to be able to pick one of you, to be able to send you something. I want to send you one of my shine cards. These are just positive input cards. They're not mine. They're like something I bought at the store, at the bookstore. They come in this little box, and they should be a sponsor, but they're not. But my daughter and I do these. We really get into them. They're kind of like fortune cookies almost, but they're cards with positive messages. So you crack them open like this, like I just did, and there's a quote in here, and it reminded me when Kathy put a quote on here. And this quote says, "Go out there and do something remarkable." So I'd like to send one of these to one of you guys, just like in a little envelope. Just send you this, just one of these. They're not open. You just open it yourself. But what I'd like you to do is comment on the regular video then, so I can just grab one of you guys and say, okay, and then I'll have you send me an email with your mailing address so I can send you the note with the card. Okay, this is Shine card, because why? Because positive input, stuff that inspires your spirit. And words help your mind understand stuff. So we got to be kind to the mind and use words to help inspire it as well. Okay, so go to the regular YouTube channel when this particular video for this live stream is up, make a comment on it. And if you want this, I'll just randomly, I'll pick like a number 33, and I'll count 33 comments down and pick that person, okay? All right. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will post on the community page when the next live stream will be. I'm going to try to do them throughout the summer and at different times of the day so that I can capture other people to be able to watch live. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you. I hope this video has helped to inspire your spirit, to fill you up with hope, because the purpose here is for you to live your life. Because this is your life. After you're done with this video, it's your life. So you got to live it. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Oh, this was so